Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I wanted to just sit down and just talk a little bit about my own fitness journey, share some of the ups, the downs, and just things that I've learned along the way. It's not going to be a how-to video. It's not going to be me pretending that I have it all figured out, because I really don't. There's still so much things that I'm learning along the way with my fitness journey. And it's just mainly going to be a video about things that I just wish I knew when I first started out, and hopefully something resonates or helps anyone who is watching that is wanting to start out on their fitness journey. So before I get into the video, I want to start off by saying I'm by no means a professional. I'm not a fitness influencer yet. I'm just going to be talking just from my own personal experiences. I'm just going to be talking from the heart. I'm not going to say everything that I say is strict advice. Take what you want from this video. If there's things that you don't feel that would be beneficial, don't do it. It's not that deep, and there is so much advice online out there. It's so difficult sometimes to know exactly what's right, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Find what is right for you and stick with that. If it works for you, it might not work for somebody else. It doesn't matter. As long as it works for you, that is the main thing. So let's get straight into some of the tips that I would give if I was first starting out on my fitness journey. Also, just to mention, these tips are not going to be in any form of order. The first thing that I want to start off with is finding your why. What's the reason that you want to start a fitness journey? Why are you wanting to go to the gym? I feel that when I first started going to the gym, I worked at a hotel in a spa that had a gym there, and I just used to go. I had no idea what I was doing. I would just go onto the cardio machines and that's all I would do. I had no plan. There was no real reason of why I actually wanted to be there. It was just something that I did to kind of in my spare time when I finished work or before I started. So I feel it's so important to just know why you want to go. Are you doing it because you want to get bigger legs, you want to grow your glutes, you want to get your first pull-up, you want to get your first push-up, you want to get stronger, you're doing it for mental health reasons? It's going to be different for everybody. So as long as you understand and find your why and reasons of why you want to go, that is also going to help give you motivation, because you've got goals that you want to achieve. However, I do find if you just go with no plan, you're just going to fall off really quickly. You're not going to have any motivation. The gym is literally a lifestyle. It's not a quick fix. It's not something that you can, before you book a holiday, you start going to the gym 3 weeks before. It's not going to be a quick fix. You've kind of got to be in it for the long run. So having those goals is half the battle, that you know you've got something to work towards, rather than going into the gym with absolutely no plan at all. Having these goals will also help you understand what workouts that you need to do. Just knowing your why will help you get into a better routine. If my camera quality has just gone drastically lighter, it's because me and Jordan share this camera, and I forgot that he put settings on the camera to film his stuff, and everything looks so much brighter now. So I do apologize if there has been a drastic change. However, tip number 2 would be establishing a routine. Are you a morning person or are you an evening person? Do you have the luxury of going to the gym in the middle of the day when it is dead and no one's there? I used to be an evening person when I went to the gym. I could never ever imagine working out of a morning. I am not a morning person. I'm still not a morning person. However, life gets busy, and I found when I was going to the gym of a evening, I didn't have any time to do anything else. I wasn't seeing my friends. I just wasn't able to make plans because I was just going to be at the gym. So again, there is nothing wrong with this either. If that is what works best for you, everyone's situations and circumstances are completely different. I find now, and I do make that sacrifice, that I go to the gym of a morning, and it's a battle every day. I'm not even gonna lie. I struggle getting up out of bed every morning. I just sit there and contemplate my life the whole time. When I'm out of bed getting ready for the gym, it's fine. I lay everything out the night before, everything is ready. All I'm doing is getting up, getting changed, and basically just leaving the house. So that then enables me to then have my evenings free To me, it gives me a much better routine, and I'm getting it done in the morning. I feel great that it's done in the morning. You never regret a workout. And again, there is nothing wrong with if you go in the evening or if you go in the day. Just finding that perfect routine for you is what will help build those healthy habits too. Tip number 3, when doing an exercise, as long as it feels right for you, that's okay. And I generally feel really strongly about this one, and I know a lot of people have a lot of opinions on this, and there is so much stuff out there that you can find online or advice given saying that you can only do exercises this way. If you're doing it like this, it's wrong. I'm such an advocate for, if it feels right for you and you are not injuring yourself, it is not hurting in places that it shouldn't hurt, and you are feeling it in the muscles that you're trying to work, I think it's fine to carry on and do it that way. I do not believe that every exercise can only be done a certain way. People's bodies are different. People have medical conditions, different shapes, different sizes. As long as it is not hurting you and you're doing it safely, I don't see there being an issue with it. If it then starts to hurt in places that it shouldn't, then maybe ask for advice and change up on how you can be doing it differently. But there is so much stuff out there online. It can be so confusing when you're starting out on your fitness journey, and I definitely found this confusing for myself. There are so many different ways people say, so many different advice people give, and it can get really overwhelming. It can get confusing. So listen to the advice, do your research on it, and as long as it feels okay for you, that's fine. If it looks a little bit different to other people, that's okay. Tip number 4 would be, do not overcomplicate your workouts. They do not need to be complex. Figure out what your goals are of what you want to achieve in the gym. Create a workout plan based on that. Find a workout plan online that's going to help entail that. If you are wanting to get stronger legs, you should be doing more leg days than upper body days. So you do not need to be doing the most craziest complex things in the gym. Figure out a couple exercises for each of the muscles that you want to work and stick to them. Progressive overload. When it starts to get a bit easier and you feel that the weight that was once hard is easier now, either up your weight, do more reps, and keep improving that way. That is what is going to grow your muscles. After a certain point, after a couple months, if you feel that you are then bored of that workout and want to switch it up for different movements that are working the same muscle areas, then go for that. But do not be switching it up every single week. Keep consistent, and that's when you'll start to see a lot of progression. Tip number 5 would be resting and refueling your body. This is so important, and this is something that I have struggled with and still struggle with now. I feel like I've always had a good relationship with food in regards to eating healthy. I do like healthy foods, but I'm not super strict when it comes to eating healthy. If my body wants a Chinese, it's gonna have a Chinese. I will never do what I eat in a day or anything surrounding food. I've had people ask me this in the past, but it's just not realistic. I do not want to be giving people any food advice just because I feel like I have a good 70-30 split. 70% of the time I will eat good and healthy. I like to prepare my meals, and I'll prepare them at the beginning of the week. I am one of the most laziest cooks. I hate cooking. However, I will find the quickest and easiest prep meals to have for the week. I switch them up weekly because I do get pretty bored with eating the same food over and over again. I wish I could be one of those people that do that, but I'm just not. So my prep meals I'll find the quickest thing to cook, making sure that I still get all of the nutrients and things that I need. I generally, at the start of my fitness journey, did not eat enough food. I didn't take it that seriously. I definitely underate. And once I started taking my food seriously and started prepping my foods, that's when I started to see the most results. And it is so important to be fueling your body, especially if you are wanting to get and gain muscle. When it comes to rest, This is something I still struggle with now. When I started getting into an actual gym routine of going consistently, I got that obsessed with going to the gym that I wanted to get those results as quickly as possible that I wasn't allowing my body time to rest, and I would burn out or I would get ill and I would set myself back. If you are not resting and listening to your body will take rest for you, and it will always be in the most inconvenient times, and it'll put you out for a week or two. Listen to your body and make sure that you get rest. You need rest to help your muscles recover. It is so important that you're getting the right amount of sleep. If you do not go to the gym one less day than what you normally do, it is okay. You're not going to lose progress if you are staying consistent. Just listen to your body. That's the most important thing. Balance is key in this, and I feel that you need balance to have a healthy relationship with the gym, because unless you are doing a bodybuilding competition or you have specific goals where you generally have to be locked in and making sure that you are just eating a strict diet, I'm just talking about people who are just wanting to implement the gym as a lifestyle and go to better themselves. Having that balance and that healthy relationship, I do feel, is vital and a massive part of enjoying the experience and not becoming to like resent going to the gym and eating healthy. So I've just briefly touched up on that 70-30 split. So 70% of my time is heavily based around the gym, that kind of healthy lifestyle, preparing my food, eating healthy. But the 30% is dedicated to seeing my friends and having a takeaway or a sweet treat or going to the cinema and indulging in a whole bag of popcorn. Having that healthy balance to make sure that, that 30% of the time is what you're going to dedicate to being able to have those treats. Now, whether you go out and have a drink or you drink alcohol or anything like that, there's no saying you can't do any of that when you are somebody who goes to the gym. As long as you are enjoying the process, you're seeing the results, you're happy with what you see, and you're still able to enjoy life also, that is the perfect balance that you need to find. Just make sure that you get into that healthy mindset that it's okay to have a sweet treat. Not going to have then undone all of your gym progress because you had one chocolate cake after food when you went out. Definitely feel like that's a real big key point for me. Tip number 6 for me would be confidence and learning in the gym. Going to the gym for the first time can be fucking terrifying. You can feel so intimidated, have no idea what to even do with the machines there, and yeah, it can be enough to put you off and not wanting to go. And I think that is why a lot of people don't go, is because they have no idea how to use the machines there. You don't need to go to the gym to use the machines. You can do so much more things there. However, it can still be very intimidating. And when I first started going to the gym, the first thing I would do, and probably the only thing I would do, was run straight to the thing that I felt most comfortable on, and that was the treadmill, because that was the only thing I knew how to work. And I would then slowly start to look at videos online of dumbbell only workouts, kettlebell only workouts, and I would then just get the weight that I needed and I would just set up in a tiny corner and then just do my workout and go. When you first go to the gym, you can feel like everybody watches you. You can feel like people are judging you. But in reality, the more you go to the gym and your mindset will eventually change, people aren't as scary as you think they are in the gym. Everyone is there for a reason. No one cares what you do in the gym. I found that anyway. I do a lot of handstands in the gym. I can do a lot of questionable things in the gym as well. And nobody bats an eyelid because everyone's just so focused on themselves. But it is so difficult to know that at the start of your fitness journey. I think that just comes with time that you realise that. However, some of the things that I started doing to help grow my confidence in the gym was asking for help. When I started asking for help, that is what changed everything for me. The members of staff at the gym are happy to help you if you ask them. The biggest thing I think for me when confidence changed and started growing for me was, and I understand this is not reasonable for everybody, but I hired myself a personal trainer for one Monday morning every week, and I had her for about 3 months, and we focused on the goals that I wanted to achieve. She set up a workout plan to achieve those goals, and of course, as I've already kind of touched upon earlier in the video, when you have a workout plan, you should be sticking to that for weeks/months. When it gets easy, you should be upping the weight, upping the reps, changing the tempo, just to get that progressive overload, just to be able to make it a little bit more challenging. So I utilized having these personal training sessions to obviously have someone with me and teach me how to use these pieces of equipment that was in my training program. And I also asked at the end of my session if there was anything that I wasn't sure of, if she could show me, and she was more than happy to do that. People who work at the gym really will not mind being able to help you. I actually love when people approach me at the gym to ask me how to use a machine, and it's no bother for me at all to go and help someone set up at the gym, and knowing that they felt comfortable enough to approach me as well definitely makes me feel happy when people do that at the gym. The personal trainer that I had, she honestly built such a strong, solid foundation for me. She's such a good friend of mine now, and honestly, I don't think she even realizes how much she really set up my own fitness journey. There is plenty of different ways. It can be so difficult at the beginning of your journey because it's something that you will just learn over time. Just go in with a plan, watch some videos, workout videos. If you can hire a personal trainer, do so. Ask gym staff, they really will not mind. Moving on to the learning part of this. I'm still learning at the gym. I don't know everything. I know how to do stuff, not necessarily know how to sometimes explain it properly. And yeah, there's a lot of things that I don't know, and I'm still teaching myself. And I'm hoping as my YouTube carries on, we can learn together and I can share the experiences and things that I've learned with you guys. Or I can learn from you guys. The main thing I have learned is that we're all in the gym for the same reason. We're all there to work on our bodies, to get better. We're there for either mental health reasons because it makes us feel good. There is a lot of resources out there now on social media, on different kinds of platforms that can help you progress and learn with your own fitness journey. Tip number 7 would be not comparing yourself to other people. And so easy to say it than it is to actually do it, because it can be a mindset thing. It's something that I feel like you have to learn not to do, and you should not be comparing your day one journey to someone's year progress or someone who's been training for 2+ years. It's okay, I think, to idolize what it is that you want and, visualize it from what you've seen on somebody to be like, that's the goal that I want to achieve. But everyone's fitness journeys are so different. People are different builds. People have different things going on. People train for different reasons, and 100% not everybody has the same goal. So this is why it can be important to take progress pictures, because you can look back from your day one to after you've done this journey for a year and see where you're currently at. But yeah, something I've definitely learned to not do is compare myself to others and just focus on my goals and my journey. You need to be realistic about your goals and who you're looking at for inspiration. I really do not think there's anything wrong with having inspiration, but just don't let it steal your happiness if you don't look exactly like that person does. Keep it realistic to you. As long as you're achieving your goals and you can see that progression, I think that's generally all that matters. I'm so aware that it's easy for us. I think we're all advocates of comparing ourselves to people. It's just something that we just naturally do, but I think you just have to learn not to. Tip number 8, and my final tip of the video, is motivation. This is a big one because I do get asked about how I'm going to the gym so much, or how do I stay motivated. And to be honest, I think I stopped relying on motivation a long time ago because I wouldn't go to the gym otherwise. I, over the years, have just built up healthy habits, consistency, discipline, and generally, there was something that stuck out to me at the gym that I had my personal training sessions at. When I first started, it was in January, and a massive quote written on the wall was, "You never regret a workout." And it has always stayed with me because generally I never have regretted a workout. I always feel so good after I finish the gym. There are days where when my alarm goes off of a morning, I struggle to get up. Like I said, I'm really not a morning person, but at the sacrifice of being able to have my evenings free to see friends, family, and have that 30% balance of being able to still enjoy life whilst working out, it's just a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And every morning I tell myself I could go back to sleep, and if I woke up, I know I'll feel miserable. I'll know I'll regret going back to sleep. I'll feel groggy and just really annoyed at myself that I didn't get up and go, because I just feel so good after the gym. Like mentally, I feel ready for the day, and if I don't go, I just don't feel like I've started my day correctly. I don't go to the gym every morning, but majority of the days I do. And I can also guarantee you, everybody that also goes to the gym, everyone that you see in that gym is not there because they're motivated. It is discipline. Your wants, your whys, they all have to come into play when that motivation lacks. You need to want your goals more than that extra bit of sleep. But again, I'm more than happy that my 70-30 split, my life does revolve around the gym. My plans revolve around the gym. I know it's my non-negotiables. My alarm goes off at 4 a.m. on a Monday morning to then make sure that I get to enough time to get to the gym, train, and then get ready and go to work. And it's like that most of the week. So I rarely have late nights on a Sunday because I like to set myself up for the week. That is what keeps me disciplined. And they're like my non-negotiables. If I know I need to be up early on one of the weekdays because I'm going to the gym the next morning, I'm in bed for a reasonable time so that when my alarm goes off, I'm not that tired and I still get enough sleep, enough rest, enough time for my body to recover. And I do struggle, and I've been going to the gym for a good couple of years now, and it's difficult. And I don't want you to think, if you're starting your fitness journey, that everybody that you see online or in the gym is just motivated all the time, because it's just not true. It's really not. Just the small consistencies and the small consistent effort pays off in the long run, so just stick to it. The gym can be such a positive space when you stop overthinking it. To end this video, if I was to just leave you with 3 lessons that I wish everyone starting out on their fitness journey, every beginner, could understand, they would be: you don't have to have it figured out. Just start and learn as you go. Even now, I am still learning at the gym. Number 2 would be fuel your body and rest. These are part of the process, not the opposite of it. And my last one to leave you with would be: your journey is your journey. Do not compare your day 1 to someone else's year 5. We all started somewhere. If you have any questions on any of the tips I've given today, if you have any questions on something that I haven't addressed today, or you found that there was something that helped you and you want to share, please reach out to me, either drop me a comment. I always love engaging with the people who like to see my videos and things that I post on social media. But as always, if you got to the end of this video, thank you so much, and I really hope that my videos are getting better. And I really want to try and stay as consistent as I can, just to get out some form of weekly videos for you. I'm hoping to do some more fitness-based content, but thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next video.